Bring up Coach Casey Burgoyne Charles. Coach went through the weekend. They had 2 games rained out on Friday and then played 4 games over the next 2 days. Beginning of the season, softball opened up, so we'll bring Coach Charles up to talk about the weekend, and we'll let her talk about the week ahead going to the Harding tournament over in Searcy.
We finally got to open up last weekend. Long time coming, although January felt pretty short. We were in Gulf Shores about 48 hours before we ever stepped on the field. So that was, it was expected though. There's always challenges when you go on the road. We opened up with Rollins, picked to win the Sunshine State Conference. Olivia Burns is a new pitcher we're really excited about. Transfer from ICC, had 46 junior college wins, went to a World Series last year. And she pitched really well. We were a little worried about replacing Nicole Fullilove, who graduated last year. And I think Olivia Burns is the one that can do it. She threw a really good game, but we struck out 15 times on opening day. So 1 run loss there. We won the next game by 1 run. So just playing in really close games. Came back Sunday, had a tough day. Just don't really have the bats going yet. We're starting about 5 freshmen. They were pretty nervous the first couple days. Just kind of didn't settle in as quick as we would like. Some of them didn't get their first hit until Saturday night or Sunday morning. Defense, I would say, is a little shaky. Just kind of getting out there for the first time. That really wasn't what we expected. So kind of all the way around, just a lot to work on, a lot to improve on. Lost a game last night that we certainly should have. So it was a disappointing weekend. I still like this group. I'm still excited about this group. I do think they have a bright future. The question will be just, kind of getting back to work and seeing how fast they can kind of catch up.
With 7 freshmen, that was their first road trip. Do you think that had any impact of maybe the 48 hours in between it also being their first road trip?
Well, on Friday, we were packed and loaded maybe 3 times, and then you get the pushback and pushback and pushback. And I talked to several of them, and I could see that they were nervous. And, I expected that. So I do expect a little bit of slow times and slow progression with freshmen, but I also, I have high expectations for them, maybe higher than they do for themselves. So I just think it was huge that we got the first one over with. There was maybe 25 teams in that tournament, and, you see, we can all name some really good teams in our league, Valdosta, Huntsville, West Florida, et cetera. And we know how good those teams are, and they all lost games they shouldn't have and, won something they shouldn't. So everybody kind of did the same thing. And I think that's just how opening weekend went for everyone. Everyone in the Southeast hasn't been on the field, and I don't really think that's an excuse. So,
What were some of the positives from the weekend? You played Rollins to a 1-0. Holding them to 1 run, that's got to be pretty impressive too in its own right.
It was, and that's Olivia Burns, and that's the defense. Defense did a great job. I mentioned Olivia Burns. We've got a freshman. She caught every inning behind the plate this weekend. Haley Simpson, a kid I got very late. Didn't really know what she would do, but she throws well, she receives well, she takes care of the pitchers. I'm excited about her. I've mentioned to you guys before my middle infielders that I just love. Taylor Piku at second and Kaylin Lofton at short. And they make every play. They make the routine plays and make exceptional plays. I think they're the leaders on our infield. I think they're the leaders on our team. They did not have good weekends at the plate. Maybe 2 hits between them in 4 games. But what they did this weekend that they couldn't do last year is that they were able to kind of push through that. When you don't hit, it's hard to pick yourself back up, and it's hard to let the energy of the team run through you. And we need that from them for the freshmen, and they were still able to do that this weekend. So I'm proud of them for that. I think they have a bright future on our team, both as a sophomore and a junior. Olivia Dick has been an everyday player for 4 years. She did well in center field. I think she's second in batting average right now, just after the simple 4 games. I'm excited about the freshmen. They're going to find their way, and a lot of good ability there. We threw Jenny Griggers for the first time, freshman pitcher. She had trouble hitting her spots, and we didn't make a couple plays behind her. But I think she also has a bright future, and I think this team is going to be okay. And I think we go to Searcy, Arkansas this weekend. We've got 4 more games against 4 more good teams. So we'll get those 10. Supposed to be 10 games, but it'll be 8 before we go to Huntsville to open up conference.
You talked about Kaylin and Taylor in the infield. They also played two different positions in the infield last year. How did that switch for them seem to work in this opening weekend?
You know, Kaylin Lofton, who we got from UCA, she was a lifetime shortstop, and she only moved to second last year because we had Abby Gibson. And I made no apologies for the fact that Abby Gibson was my shortstop. We all know how great she was. So Kaylin was playing second as a new position, kind of. So she's been a lifetime shortstop. Taylor Piku is also a lifetime middle infielder. She can do both. And, we had to ask her to play third base last year, and I thought she did it very well. At the beginning of the fall, actually, we had them switched. We had Piku at short and Lofton at second. And once we made that switch back, they just fit together so much better. And I just think they're going to be pretty tough up the middle.
You talk about some of the freshmen. A couple of them got some big hits in different games. Just talk about some of their approaches, like Callie and batting .425 early on. Just talk about some of the freshmen just approaching at the plate.
Yeah, Callie. Callie was the 5A state player of the year, high school player of the year from DeSoto Central. So we had high expectations for her, but she had a very rough fall. She did not hit the ball well all this fall, but she's had a really good January. So I had high hopes for her from day one. I had high hopes for her, starting this weekend, and I think she led the team. They like to throw those tall lefties away. She did a good job staying with the ball and going away. But I think that's the thing that the freshmen, have to realize is it's for them. It's please don't strike out, please don't get out, please don't get in trouble. I want to win. I don't want to disappoint anybody. And what they forget during that short time frame is their approach at the plate, and I think that's what matters. And we spent a lot of time talking about that and situational hitting and when am I trying to pull it, when am I trying to drive middle, and when am I trying to go with the ball. And so that's what we'll work on this week. We're going to get back to practice today, and we're going to do a good bit of BP and be the first day we get on our field. Excited about that. I don't care if we tear up the grass at this point. We're going to take BP outside and, just kind of calm them down, get back. We're just going to talk with them and just kind of get back to work and focus on those things that winning requires.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.